on, innit?
Testing.
Who needs to know for a person listening? You did D'Angelo, innit?
I tried to do D'Angelo. Let's say that I tried to do D'Angelo. Didn't work out the way that I wanted to, so we'll let Lewis have his turn this time. But I'm glad I managed to ramp up a few points for myself using that round.
That was Ginnels. That was a straight up Ginnels, bruv.
Cheers to life.
Cheers. Welcome to another episode.
What is this remote here for, though?
I've always thought that, because I don't actually see a screen.
What is it controlling?
No, don't just press button. The next minute you make the whole office turn into a transformer or something, fam. Do you get what I'm saying? Who's going to press that next minute? You've got Optimus Prime in the dance, fam. But anyway, we're back with another episode of Daily Decisions. Do you get
Welcome,
what I'm saying?
guys.
Dominate one day at a time, yeah?
We hope you guys have had a good week.
We do.
We're actually recording this at the end of the week rather than the beginning, which we have done in the past couple of episodes, so you're actually going to get the full insight to our week. So yeah,
100%, man. There's been a lot going on. We're just talking about it now. We're even going to probably end up having to record this in two parts because we haven't got a great slot of time right now to be able to have
keep an eye on the time for that.
Do this before I need to then jump into a meeting, and then we're going to jump back on, and then I've got to do that and then go into another meeting. It's just non-stop meetings today, guys, but here we are. So yeah, man, let's anything to report before we get into, let's not go straight into the first activity. We must have something to report.
We must have something to report.
Well, let me tell you what I have to report. Little bruv, maybe I should do this as an intrusive thought, I don't know. We don't know where this is going to end up in the episode, but bruv, who's your supplier of coconut water, Little, innit? Because it's getting out of hand now. I can't get coconut water in Little for the last 3 weeks, Ria. It's getting out of hand.
You haven't had it for 3 weeks? I thought you meant a couple of days.
Nah,
man, I said weeks.
maybe 2 weeks, maybe 2 weeks.
You know.
But they ain't been having coconut water, so I keep having to get coconut water from alternative places. And as I said,
I was getting it from Jamaica, fam.
I should, you know, it is really and truly, I shouldn't even be buying coconut water from a carton. Like, the truth is, real coconut water is when it comes straight out of the coconut, because they say once it leaves the coconut, it no longer has the same level of nutrients because it oxidizes immediately, and obviously the coconut itself keeps it sterile and da. So I get it. And no one needs to tell me in the comments about the type of coconut water I should be drinking, because none of you don't drink as much jelly coconuts as I do. Yeah, none of you don't do. And I only drink them 3 times a month.
That with so much vim?
And I only drink them 3 times a month when I'm on my fruit fast, and I go and buy some of you don't even eat fruits as much as me, so just settle yourself before you start trying to write stuff in the comments.
So when you go and buy your coconuts, do you buy a green coconut or a
green coconut?
Oh, okay, so it's not the
jelly coconut.
Yeah.
No, not dry coconut.
Yeah, because I've had one of those before. Like, there was actually coconut water inside of it. It was disgusting.
It's not that it's disgusting, but it's a lot different in taste.
It's not nice.
It's a lot different in taste.
Bro.
Yeah. No, I do drink that one though. Still, if I open it up and it's got the water in there, I'll still drink that one from the dry coconut. But that coconut's only there to make coconut milk.
Yeah.
Let's be real.
Yeah.
Whereas jelly, I say like, when I do my fruit fast, remember my lunch is 1 jelly coconut, 1 dragon fruit, 1 mango, 1 custard apple, not the smooth outer, the ribbed one, yeah. Custard apple, and then seeded grapes, and that's lunch. Do you get what I'm trying to say?
That's lunch for him.
So yeah, and man does that every month.
You lot don't know about that. You lot don't know about that type of fast. You lot
don't know about that kind of fast. That's what I'm saying. Because before I even have the 3 days of fruits, there's all 2-3 days of no food. Do you get what I'm saying? So yeah. Suckle yourself before you start telling me, why did you buy coconut water from the carton? Why did you eat a Kit Kat yesterday? Why? Huh? Why did you do that? Huh? Answer that one.
Nah, he's coming for some people.
Yeah, man, don't try and question my thing. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Yeah, chill out. I know the stuff, and if I don't know the stuff, I'll openly tell you, because it's not everything that I know, and I get that. But when I know my stuff, just chill out. But anyway, yeah, man. So Little just need to pattern up, because when I'm making my sea moss in the mornings, I like to put my 3 scoops of sea moss, coconut water, a splash of juice, and you see when you get pineapple, obviously when I cut the skin off, I boil that. I make pineapple tea.
That in.
So then I take the tea,
okay,
which obviously now is cool, and I keep it in the fridge. I take a bit of that and pour that in as well. So that makes my sea moss. Yeah. So it's the 3 scoops of sea moss, coconut water, splash of juice, and the pineapple tea. And then obviously I add maca root powder, spirulina as well. And then in my one, I put aloe vera. But in the family's one, I don't put aloe vera for them, because I don't mind mine being bitter. But I put aloe vera in mine as well, because, you know what I'm saying? Skin have to turn up and hair have to, and also you just got to be, you know what I mean, bowels have to move and that. Do you get what I'm saying?
Bowels have to move,
the aloe vera just makes that.
Honestly.
Yeah. So yeah, bro, that's why my colon's good place. Do you get what I'm saying? We're in a good place in life. Anyway, that was hella off topic.
No, it was on topic still. It was on topic.
Off topic, bro.
The on topic is just whatever we want on the topic. So we're all good.
Let's do our first segment, bro, because I'm going to keep talking nonsense, man. Cool, Ria, are you ready?
No.
Alright, that's it then.
Don't make this hard.
No, it's not going to be hard. And if you're switched on. This person decided to embark on a mission that they felt would help to create justice in the universe.
Lewis Howell.
That could be an answer. It wasn't who I'm thinking of, though, so I'm not giving it to you. But that technically is.
You know what? I thought you were trying to be smart. Because you see the way Lewis likes to dramatize things sometimes. Yeah, I thought that was who you meant. Okay, cool.
No, to be fair, I wasn't talking about myself, but that could have been me still. Also, they're sitting in these chairs. I swear down, I have so much energy. And every time I sit in this chair,
you're ready to fall asleep, innit?
Like, bro, what am I yawning for, fam? I'm not even tired. But anyway, this person. Wow, is this gonna give it away? Okay, this person.
Why did my man growl like
this
that?
This person brought their 2 adopted daughters into their team as part of the mission.
Adopted children? Is it someone well known? Like, will I know of this person?
I would expect so. I would hope so.
2 adopted children. Mary J. Blige. I swear she's got adopted children.
I'm not sure, she might do still. If you're Mary J. Blige's adopted child, then you just know you're lit. You lucked up.
You're lit.
Because Mary J. Blige is the coldest.
She is.
Music catalogue, the fact that she's still dancing like that to this day. Like
they need to bring out a new episode. A new series of Ghosts, bro.
No, but
they need one because the way she was acting.
It's done. She died.
Oh yeah.
Remember she died, bro.
Oh no, but they can bring her back.
No, you can't.
No,
did you not see how much gunshots was in her body?
No, but
she got peppered.
But she's got.
Remember she protected
money,
her children. She protected her children, Ria. I'm sure they even did a funeral for her.
Oh.
Bro, she protected her children.
You know what? I haven't watched it in that long that I can't remember. Okay, cool. Carry on.
So that's 2, you know. This person. This is gonna give it away. This person was seeking. Okay, no, I'm gonna make it covert. This person was seeking some specific resources across the universe to support them with achieving their mission.
This guy, bro. Because what piece? Anyway, a universe. Who's spiritual that uses the universe? Are you talking about 19 keys?
No, I'm not.
Bro, I was even thinking, you don't have no adopted youth.
Nah.
Who? Something about the universe.
Yeah.
To aid them on their
you know what, look, can I be honest, yeah? No, in fact, I'm never going to tell you that.
No,
I'm going to give you a clue in it, but...
don't give me a clue.
No, because you're going to get mad when I tell you who it is.
Because you're
And if I didn't give you the clue... I put it this way, it's a fictional character.
See, this is what I mean, bro. My man just...
But they weren't on though.
But there's no rule, like, you've gone against the rules.
That's not against the rules,
when have we brought in a fictional character? I'm
starting today. We've never said we can't.
Alright, so missions through the universe, adopted children.
Seeking resources that are dotted around the universe.
Adopted children. Fam. You like to watch mad things as well.
I don't even think I watch mad things, bro. I'm talking this thing. Someone at home is watching this thinking, are you mad? It's so bait.
Adopted children?
Yeah.
Missions around the... I don't... To who?
Nah. This person.
He ain't even got youths.
This person.
This is my last clue.
After having achieved their mission, chose to use the same resources that they were seeking to destroy the same resources. So they found the resources, used it to achieve their mission, and then used the resources to destroy the same resources.
How can you say this is bait, bro?
I think it's bait.
And I bet you when I find out, it's gonna be someone I don't even know, because he likes to.
It's gonna be someone you do know. Still, that's the wickedest thing. And if you don't, then it's like, rah, I didn't even realize that you didn't know that.
I said I didn't realize you didn't know. Bro, Rick and Morty.
Oh, it's not, but you're close though. You're actually mad close.
Is he from Futurama?
Nah, you're mad close, bro.
Rick and Morty, wait.
Like, as in storyline wise, there's mad similarities, but it's not that world.
Boondocks.
Nah, Boondocks is not that world. Boondocks has never had a storyline.
I don't know then. I actually don't know.
Thanos. Thanos has 2 adopted daughters, yeah, Gamora and Nebula. Gamora is the one that's green, Nebula is the one that's like a robot thing. He was seeking the Infinity Stones across the universe. When he found the Infinity Stones...
But my man knows I don't pay attention to Avengers like that.
Bruv.
He knows I don't.
That's a massive franchise,
bro. Like, he knows I don't. And this is why we say with Lewis, bro. No, we can't. We're gonna have to end up changing this game, bro. It's not fair. It's actually not fair.
No, but why can't we bring in characters though?
No, because why could you just decide we're bringing in characters?
But we never talked about not bringing in characters.
No, but I was thinking about. I was thinking about someone. I was thinking about someone.
If it was Erica Badu or something, they talk about the universe.
But he didn't make that decision. It was
he made the decision. No,
no.
He made the decision as a character.
No, as a character. As a character.
You're gonna tell me the writers. You're gonna tell me the writers.
Exactly.
No.
The writers did it.
He, as a character, made the decision that he was going to create balance in the universe by killing half the universe. Yeah. He then made the decision that he was going to get his 2 daughters involved in that. He then made the decision to look for the stones. He then made the decision, after having got the stones, to destroy the stones using the stones. He used the stones to destroy the stones, innit? So that was the thing. You get me? So is Thanos.
Guys, I'm actually out of words, bro. I'm actually out of words, bro.
But it's quite a bait person, though. You got to allow me on that one. If I was using
if you talked about Infinity Stones, I would have got it.
That's why I said resources, because I was gonna say
said
stones.
Resources.
I was gonna say stones, and I thought stones is a giveaway. You know when I said I'm gonna bait it up, I said
no, if you said Infinity Stones, I would have got it.
No, that's why I didn't.
Anyway, fine.
As you can see, Lewis was very tired here and falling asleep throughout the whole next segment, so we decided to cut it out. But this is a daily decision on Lewis's behalf, because even in a sleep debt, he still showed up to record.
People, when it gets to the other side, it's
people not trying to let you eat your food and that, bro.
And I'm just thinking to myself, like, hopefully my relationships with people don't feel like they're being bombarded. Bombarded, I'd say, is the best word, with stuff to do with triumph. But at the same time, it's like, I just got to use them, innit? Do you get what I'm trying to say? Like, at the end of the day, the conference is there, so. Alright, let's go.
Cool. So this is decision of the day, guys. So essentially in this segment we're talking about a decision that was pivotal to our journey as, you know, just not only entrepreneurs but just great beings in life. So it was funny because we were actually sitting working over there in the office today, and where our setup is like, it's a cool little nook in the office.
Yeah, I call it the nook still.
Yeah, it's a cool little nook.
Yeah.
And someone was walking past us earlier and they were just like, what do you do? Because I seen your camera, I see your light, like, what what do you do here? And so that ended up sparking a conversation around, you know, what we do as an organization, as well as just what we do on this podcast. So daily decisions, we talk about decision making and how that affects your life. So that specific person, her name's actually Leah. Shout out to you, Leah, if you're watching this.
Leah and Leah, she said that it's poetic.
Yeah, exactly. But she was saying that it's important. Well, she's being stretched to capacity at this point because she's been saying yes to a lot of things, and so that sparked up a conversation about how when you say yes to a lot of things, you say no to other things subsequently, whether that's for yourself, whether that's for something you just need to do. But you know, I've read something about, you know, like I think it's Shonda Rhimes, the year of saying yes. A lot of people, I've heard advice a lot about you need to say yes to things in order to put yourself in the right rooms, put yourself around the right people, and I'm here for that, very much here for that. But I also believe in the power of saying no, and I feel like as I've matured and I've gotten deeper into my journey, I wholeheartedly believe in the power of saying no, because one, when you have not less things on your plate per se, but when you're not as stretched to capacity, it allows you to go deeper into the things that you need to do, so to speak. And so me personally, I've been trying to say yes to a lot of things. Like for example, last week, I went to deliver the regional event in Manchester, which I said yes to, even though, you know, that's not something I've really done before. I wasn't really sure what to expect, etc, etc. One, I feel like that put me in a position to be like, cool, I can now facilitate if I go into a different space. I'm not like, it's a challenge you overcome, right?
Yeah.
And I didn't really say no to anything in terms of myself, so that's an example of that, you know, happening, and it's good. But in terms of me saying yes and feeling like I've been stretched, to be honest with you, I don't really feel like I've reached that point in my career yet where I'm so stretched to capacity that if I'm saying yes to something, I'm also saying no to something else. But over this past month, and hopefully to the end of November, I'm trying to do a music detox. Like when I say music detox, I'm trying to, like, if I'm in my car, that's an automobile of just knowledge, bruv. Podcasts, audiobooks, whatever, give that to me, basically. If I'm at home, I'm trying not to really do too much binging, watching stuff. If I'm gonna watch a podcast or something educational, because my mind needs to constantly be flooded with these things that are helping me to kind of like move in a direction I want to. So saying all of that to say, I'm actually going through like one audiobook a day, because if you break that down, that's like 2 hours. So if I'm listening to that over the course of the day, that's one book a day I'm going through. So this morning I started listening to, actually crazy because I can't remember, it's called The Game of Life and How to Play It. That's what I started listening to this morning. I'm about an hour through already of a 2 hour audiobook, and she was saying something like, certain people want to say no to, like, for example, if the elderly ask you to do something, or someone's asking you to do hella things, and it's like, but why can't someone else do that? Why is it my responsibility to do this for this person? But it is your responsibility. Like when you demonstrate an act of kindness to somebody else, you not only feel some sense of dopamine, that person feels a sense of dopamine, but it's actually scientifically proven that somebody else watching that act also receives a sense of dopamine.
100%.
Do you know what I mean? So the karmic debt, right? And karmic debts are like, it's hard to explain, innit? Because certain people believe in it, certain people don't believe in it, certain people just say it's just the circle of life of why you get certain things and everything happens for a reason. But your karmic debt in you serving people, right, is something I feel like you should do, right? I feel like you owe it to yourself and you owe it to other people to make your life better and your quality of life better by serving other people. So I feel like in the sense of saying no, I haven't got there yet, because I want to be in a space of saying yes. I want to be in a space of being able to do, you know, my thing to serve others as well as being able to serve myself. But when it comes to saying no, I feel like there are definitely certain things and certain spaces I'm going to have to learn to move into later on in my career, to be like, nah, but I don't really have the capacity to do that right now. And if I don't have the capacity to do that, is there someone I can delegate this to? Is there someone else I can reach out to be able to do this for me? But yeah, I think I'm definitely still in that season of saying yes. And I feel like it depends on what stage you're at in your journey of how much you say yes to things and how much you say no to things. So I know when you were like earlier on in your journey, there's probably things you're going to be like, yes, I'm going to this, I'm going yes to that. You're saying yes to everything.
Yes to everything.
And now you're in the space where, like, even though you might not want to say no, for the practicalities of things, you're going to be like, there's certain things I can't do. Like this morning, Lewis had to cut a meeting short. It's like, sorry, I have to say no to the rest of this meeting because I have another meeting to attend. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, that's my take on it.
Nice, it's real. Explain karmic debt one more time.
Karmic debt is just like, let's say, for example, you do something bad.
Yeah.
That bad thing is gonna come.
Of course, yeah. And I just wanted to make sure I had clarity on it because obviously I didn't know if it had a differentiation from the way I've always understood karma to this point. So that's helpful. But I think when you are earlier in your career, you should say yes to as many things as possible. I actually argue that even if you're not earlier in your career, just whenever you've got capacity and you feel healthy. So there are definitely caveats, right? If you feel healthy, if you feel in control, if you feel happy, if you know that you're not going to have a negative impact on other people by saying yes, then say yes.
Yeah.
I think that's true of wherever you are in your career. But as long as you can make those assessments and analyze those things, those factors that I've just named, then I do think you should say yes. Why? Because I think by saying yes, what you're opening yourself up to is an opportunity to learn. You're opening yourself up to an opportunity to put your current skills, knowledge and experience to the test. You may get positive reinforcement from that, you might get validation from that, but also you're opening yourself up to inspiration. Sometimes you just need to be in the environments that are inspiring. A lot of people say, oh, my life's not this, my life's not that, and then I realize, but you're not putting yourself in any environments that are likely to inspire you, that are likely to help you to meet the person you need to meet or to grow in the way you need to grow. When we were running the toolkit event yesterday, I said to one woman that was attending, Veronica, I goes, oh, how did you come across the event? She goes, my assistant. I said, what do you mean? She said, I'm not sure, but one of the things I do tell my assistant to do is just to look for events for me to attend. So she's like, he just lives on Eventbrite, looking for stuff that's related to different themes that I give him that relate to the work I do, and I just get told, yeah, you're going here tomorrow, you're going here tomorrow, you're going here tomorrow, and that's it.
Yeah, that's powerful.
Do you know why it's powerful? Because when I read Entrepreneur Revolution years ago, one of the things that Daniel Priestley said, he said, there's no such thing as luck, but there are lucky places. There are lucky environments. There are places where luck just seems to exist.
Yeah.
And that was why I was so big on
say yes.
Say yes.
Yeah.
Before I started working for myself in the last job I had, I used to go to events every day. At least 3 times a week.
People didn't think you're at home, bro.
That's what I'm saying.
They didn't think you're at home.
People were concerned calling HR because I was always going to events. And I realized it's because I don't know who I'm going to meet, who I'm going to see, but now what happens is I'm in the hub and I just meet people.
Yeah.
Oh, but I think we've connected. Yeah, because that time and I went to that thing and that's what happens.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm trying to say? Like, I say that to say, saying yes, as I said, you could put your knowledge and skills to a test. You could learn something new. You could connect with the person who can open the door for you. I said to my friend Coyote a while back, I said, bro, like, why do you go to some of the events you go to? He said to be invited to the next room. And I said, that's deep, interesting.
Boy. That's deep.
Now, don't get me wrong. I'm at a point in my life where I think that's not really where I'm at. I don't need to be invited all the time to the next room. If I need to be invited to the next room, it will happen. Versus I need to be in this room for it to happen. Like, yes, you need to be in this room for it to happen.
You've built yourself up to a point where that's the case.
The introduction's probably going to come. Yes,
yeah.
I agree. But what I'm saying is, he looks at it like the introduction will come because I was in this room. And what he's basically doing is putting himself in the room so where the introduction to the next room will occur.
Yeah.
And I love that. And I love that because that's exactly
100%
what you should be doing. But what I'm saying is, like, I think when you get to a point where you're saying yes has now filled your schedule, you're saying yes now has now put you in a position where you are actively having to talk about, the sacrifice of sleep or energy or health or family responsibilities or relationship dynamics or whatever it may be. That's when you got to start saying, actually, I need to say no to some stuff. Because 100%. The truth is, by saying no in those moments, you're now saying yes to the things that you just deemed as important, be it your health, be it your happiness, be it your family, be it your whatever. And so I like the way
just that you don't feel fulfilled anymore when you're sacrificing those things, as opposed to like, oh, I think this is gonna serve me, but then you're there and you're trying not to fall asleep. You know what I mean? Like,
hey, Ria's trying to throw shade, bro. She's trying to throw shade. She knows I want to be here, but she also knows this chair's got a spell on it, fam. But no, do you know who I heard break this down really, really well recently? Our dog Lisa, when she talked about time management versus task management. Or I've sometimes heard it in the sporting world as like load management. Okay. But like she said, task management is what happens before you say yes. Time management was what happens after you say yes. So task management will determine whether you can say yes. So task management says, based on my current capacity, schedule, etc., am I in a position to say yes to this thing? Once you've said yes, now it's about time management, because now you need to manage your time to execute the task you said yes to.
Yeah.
And what most people, their problem is not always necessarily time management, you know. Once they've got the stuff to do, they can find the time to do it. The issue is task management, because they're not able to assess whether they have the capacity to even take on board the things they've taken on or said yes to then have to manage their time around.
No, 100%.
So when you feel you're lacking time, it's not because you can't manage your time, it's because you can't manage your tasks.
No, that's deep, bro. And that's deep for two reasons. One, because this is no shade to anyone out here who's, you know, just starting out on their journey, feels like they don't really have a lot going for themselves at the moment, don't really have motion, do you know what I mean? But it's one of them ones, bro. You have time. Too much time on your hands, in fact, bro. You have too much time on your hands. If your calendar is not full, like when I say full, it don't need to be full to the brim, but full enough to feel like you're doing something productive with your life, because some of you might not even be able to relate to what Lewis said, because you're always like, oh, I can do that, I can go to that, I can do this, I can do that, because you have too much time allocated to nothing. Do you know what I mean? Like, your time is not intentional. And that was an audio book I read yesterday about the power of intention. Like, you need to be intentional with how you're using your time. And so when you are managing your time, it's because you have tasks to manage. Do you know what I mean? Like, in the pursuit of what you really want, if you ain't got no motion in terms of being able to do that thing, what's the point?
You know, I'm in that point now where I'm having to say no more to certain things and make some hard decisions around that. You know, we can talk quite openly and honestly on here. The reason why there needs to be a refresh of the Triumph Action Group is because, if I'm being honest, I've been carrying Triumph in a certain way for a while. And it's not sustainable, bruv. I have my backpack and I'm ready, but in this case, I have my backpack and it's hurting. So we're going to need to tell Muddy to remix the tune. Because the wickedest thing is, even if I am the jab, yeah, when it comes to Triumph, the jab's not on a payroll.
Yeah,
do you get what I'm trying to say? I'm not on a payroll. So, do you get what I mean? And the thing is, this is my organization.
I really use that as a bar, you know.
Do you know what I'm trying to say? But this is why I said I think in bars. As I say, you see, if I ever played word association game, yeah, I'm the coldest.
Jab's not on a payroll.
The jab's not on a payroll in this occasion. Do you get what I mean? And the thing that's making me frustrated is the person who is on a payroll in Triumph, she's trying her best to do amazing work. She's so good. But other people are holding up her work. And so now, to support her with her work, I'm jumping in heavily.
Yeah.
But guys, I'm not being paid.
Nah, it's not.
And I'm not paying myself.
Yeah.
And the thing that pays my bills, which is 7pk predominantly, and also contributions from Revolution Hive, etc., I'm being pulled away from it to go and help this
sinking ship.
I have my backpack, but I'm not ready.
Yeah,
so
bro.
therefore,
the backpack's even dragging you down at this point.
This is what I'm trying to
Full
say.
of bricks.
And so because the jab's not on a payroll, yeah, the oil is not fresh. The oil is not fresh. It's not today old. It's not today old. As Muddy said, oil fresh like today old. The oil is not fresh. It's not today old. This is an old issue. That's what this is. So we need to tackle the old issue. And so what that means is, I'm saying yes to Triumph things, which I love, by the way, because Triumph's very dear to my heart. I think what we're currently doing and will do in the youth sector is so exciting, but I also need to manage what I can do today. And so therefore, I'm saying no right now to other things that I don't want to be saying no to by saying yes over there. So now we need to address that. So I say that to say, sometimes your saying yes is also about freeing yourself from responsibilities and or structures that have relied on you so heavily, but not allowed you to build processes that allow that empower others.
It's not self-sustaining, isn't it?
Yeah.
No,
or in my case, if we're calling a spade, I've just enabled behaviors where people probably, without realizing, by the way, I don't think people do this intentionally, but without realizing, they've just kind of gone, well, worst case, if I don't do it, Lewis will just get it done, or it will just get done.
Yeah.
Not realizing, that it will just get done is Lewis got it done.
Lewis got it done. Yeah.